Syndrome. Chapter 1. The Journey. Our journey started in 2011 at the Little Leaf Learning Center's Early Intervention Program for children with Down syndrome. Through years of thoughtful trial and error, our small mixed-age group classes for children aged 18 months to 5 years old have helped us refine and perfect the potty training method outlined in this guidebook. Each 4-hour class includes 6 to 8 students with Down syndrome. Kids come 2 to 5 days a week, allowing us to serve about 22 children a year. This setting enabled me to study and identify common patterns and challenges related to potty training children with Down syndrome. It took us 2 years of focused effort to develop the core method and potty train some of our first students before kindergarten. Over the subsequent decade, we have continued to refine and perfect this approach with dozens of children. In this guidebook, I will share our journey of developing this method in our classroom, detailing our efforts, and providing insights on how you can apply it at home. Since storytelling is one of the most powerful ways to communicate, I've chosen to present this guide through the lens of my students and my shared experience. If you prefer to skip the story, you can head straight to the quick guide. However, understanding the method's development is essential for fully embracing and effectively implementing this unconventional approach. For years, I witnessed the same scenario play out for all my families. An expert would share insights on potty training, or a new book on the subject would be released, sparking excitement among parents eager to receive this information. Motivated by these insights, they enthusiastically prepared for the task ahead. Equipped with rewards, potty watches, visual schedules, and favorite character underwear, parents would even take time off work. The enthusiasm was palpable. It was game on. In turn, I expected the children to return to Little Leaf wearing underwear. Yet this never happened. What caused widespread potty training difficulties among families? After many discussions with parents, a familiar pattern emerged. A typical conversation might go like this. "Mom, I don't think Max is ready for potty training." "Me, I am so sorry to hear that. Why not?" "Mom, he uses the potty but then has a slight accident 10 minutes later. He has minor accidents every 10 minutes all day." "Me, that sounds frustrating. I know how much you wanted this for him." Two key themes emerged from these conversations. Parents often concluded their child wasn't ready, and children had minor accidents between trips to the bathroom. After hearing the same concern from countless parents, I began to wonder how I could help. So in 2013, I made it a goal to help parents send their children to kindergarten potty trained. I turned to my usual routine: prayer, meditation, and extensive reading. Despite all that reflection and research, one persistent question remained. Could children with Down syndrome have weak bladders contributing to those frequent accidents? Back in 2013, resources on this topic were sparse, but understanding how hypotonia, low muscle tone, affects their bodies, and sphincter muscles, the muscles that control opening and closing the bladder, a weak bladder made sense to me. However, in 2017, research emerged that sheds light on the issue, guiding our understanding and approach. One particular study focused on incontinence in individuals with Down syndrome. It found that 64% of young children ages 4 to 12 experienced incontinence. Cite source back of book. I found this information not only validating for our potty training approach, but also deeply encouraging. It was heartening to see medical professionals acknowledge the physical differences in children with Down syndrome and how these differences influence potty training. It reinforced the idea that a solely cognitive or behavioral approach isn't what our little ones truly need. These findings suggested that some of our children might have weak bladders. While I cannot make a diagnosis, I am committed to helping my students achieve the important milestone of being potty trained before kindergarten, as long as it is safe and beneficial for them. At a time when conventional medical advice recommended starting potty training around age 5, my experience working closely with toddlers with Down syndrome offered me a different perspective. Through countless hours of engagement, I gained deeper insight into their abilities that didn't align with the prevailing norms or expectations. I wanted to give my little ones, what I lovingly call my students, the opportunity to go to school potty trained, and I thought if they could show me how to help them, we could accomplish this goal. My plan was simple: adapt as we progress and let the children set the pace. By following their lead, we can gently guide the process in a way that feels natural and supportive for each child. With patience and flexibility, I aim to help them build the skills they need to succeed. Chapter 2. The First Steps. You wouldn't be reading this book if my attempts had failed.